Hey everyone, today I wanted to show you my fall table setting. It's pretty easy and really sets the spirit for fall, whether it's warm or chilly. It's pretty warm here, so I'm sort of having to fake it. So I will show you how I'm faking fall today here at Gingham Cottage. So basically, this table setting starts pretty straightforward. I got this really cool fall colored tablecloth at Marshall's actually, and I did have to run the iron over it, which is so annoying. I know that they make things that you don't have to iron, but for some reason, this one had all the fold marks in it, so I tried to get them out as much as possible. So that sort of started everything, and then my color palette went from there. When I'm setting a table, I usually like to start with something, whether it's the flowers or a salad plate or a napkin ring or something, and then I build it around that. So I also think about the food as well. If all my food was orange, I don't know that I would do like an orange table because everything would just like sit there and look crazy. I'm sure you all have like an area where you keep your tablecloths and your napkin rings and all that stuff. Because I take food photos, I have like some one-off things. So I had this placemat, which was sort of perfect because I didn't really want to use flowers in this one because flowers can be expensive. They don't last very long. And I kind of wanted to create a table setting that would last through a couple parties. Obviously, you would wash all the linens, but you can sort of go back to it a couple times. So I went with this placemat to sort of start everything off. And then I just used an actual butternut squash, not a fake one, an actual one. I can use it as the table setting, and then I can peel it and cook it and enjoy it, and why not? So I started, those were sort of my starting points. And then Matt and I had gone pumpkin patch hunting, if you will, about an hour outside of Los Angeles last weekend, and we got tons of pumpkins. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw our front door is fall. Lots of fall going on there. I bought tons of pumpkins, and I also got this corn, which is like multicolored, really perfect for a table setting or just a little flair somewhere where you want to add some fall moments. So I added that in as well, sort of arranged it a bit. And then I bought tons of these white pumpkins, and Matt was like, why are you buying white pumpkins? I'm like, I just want to like change it up a bit. So I put the white pumpkins around that and just sort of created a little like fall moment. Before this, I had this stuff in a basket. I like to sort of change things up as the days and seasons go around. So I pulled all this together and I was like, it needs a little something more. So I added some tea lights. Now, obviously this Indian corn could totally catch fire, so you can use fake tea lights or just make sure it's completely out of the path of the little crispy tops because we don't want a fire up in here. No, no, no. So once that was set, it was time to start with the plates. So I just went with my normal white plates. Now, if you guys have been following for a long time, you know Gingham Cottage is pretty darn small. So I don't have like a warehouse full of props and things. I just have my white plates that I've had honestly since college, and they're from Pottery Barn and they're great. It's called the Supper Time Collection. They don't make it anymore, which makes me so sad. But anyway, white plates are great. And then you can accessorize them with a salad plate. So I do have these plaid plates. I actually have 8 of them, and they're 2 different styles. So one's more Christmassy and one looks like this. So the Christmassy and this one I mixed together for the holidays, but this is sort of my fall look. And then for the rest of it, I just set the fork on the left side, and then I'm also doing a salad. That's why I have a salad plate. So I have a salad fork as well. That always reminds me of that scene in Pretty Woman. Please leave me a comment if you know what that scene is and it reminds you too, because we are totally spirit animals if you know what I'm talking about. And then the knife goes on the right-hand side, and that actually, you want to make sure that the blade is facing the plate so that somebody, if they were to grab it, they wouldn't really cut themselves. This is a pretty sharp knife actually, but that's just how I was always told to do it. That's what my Nana taught me, so that's what I'm teaching you. And then the spoon goes right next to that, and that's sort of your basic table setting for any table setting you would ever want to do. Basic. And then I just took some orange napkins, which I have. I use those in the summer with navy, and in the winter time I do it more with this color palette, the fall look. And I just roll them. So my little trick to rolling them is you want the seam to be on the inside. So I just fold it from the big square, fold it in half again, and then roll the seam on the inside. So then it just looks nice and clean. This is not rocket science here. And then I just added a copper napkin ring, which is a nice little touch. Of course, I polished it, so it'd be nice and special. And then that's like the little center part. It just gives it a nice pop of color because the oranges don't exactly match, but if it's on the plate, you can't really tell. And obviously it's gonna be like dim anyway, so I think we can get away with it. And then from there, we want to add the water glass. Now, I put the water glass to the left of the knife and spoon, and then I put the wine glass right in front. So it's a little bit closer because we want to get that wine as soon as possible, right? Yes, you're with me. So then I just repeated that. Once I was happy with it, I just repeated that all the way around the table. So this is just a small table for 4, but obviously you could do it for 8 or 10 or however many people are coming to your house. It totally will work. And so I just added all that together. And then what I like to do is adjust and just make sure everything's lined up. Sometimes I sit in all the seats just to make sure when you sit down, everything isn't like all crooked or something. And that way I know it's good. And then something else I like to do are small salt and pepper shakers. I personally try to season my food so that it's right, but sometimes people want a little salt or a little pepper. Instead of having like your big like culinary salt and peppers, I actually found these ones. These were like $10. I found them at Sur La Table. I'll put a link in the description actually so you guys can go check that one out because I really like those. Great hostess gift for like $10. I think that's pretty affordable for something like that. They're from a company called Cole & Mason. I'm almost positive. I remember these things. I can't remember like anything important, but I can always remember like the brand name and how much I paid and where it was from for pretty much anything. And I'm sure some of you are with me on that too. All right, and that is our table setting for fall. I hope I inspired you to think outside of the box and try some new things besides your normal everyday flowers. And let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section, or give us a thumbs up, or give us both, because we work really hard on these videos. I'm also starting to do some live content. If you've seen my YouTube lives, I'm also starting to do Facebook Live as well, so check me out on Facebook. It's just facebook.com/Theodore Leaf. And I also am always on Instagram and Instagram stories, so you should also check me out on Instagram. It's just Theodore Leaf. Imagine that. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye!